Hey guys, I just want to talk about Dead by Daylight real quick. Basically this video is just going to be about oh how Dead by Daylight is just like completely alienating their fan base, and how they have a lack of focus into the whole game, right? So I'm just gonna do this rant, just bare bones, like it just get from point to point. That's it. So my first point is that they don't know who the hell they're appealing to. In my opinion, when you're trying to appeal to someone and say that you're for example, they're saying that they don't want to appeal to like the hardcore fan base. Well, I kind of find that hard to believe when you're making this skill-based matchmaking and you're forcing it upon people. Like most of the time, I don't want to play skill-based matchmaking because it's just filled with a bunch of tryhards and completely stupid people that just like exploit the game. It's like I don't want that. I'm sorry. I want to play the game casually. I want to own all these noobs, and that's it. I don't want to, I don't want to lose by the stupid exploits in the game that you refuse to balance, even though that you're trying to make it for these people who are playing this hard. You know what I mean? Like I could get behind that. I could get behind a game that's like meant to be competitive and all that shit. But it's like you need to make everything around it. You can't just make one side around it. You know what I mean? So that's one problem with that. I call complete bullshit on it. This is not a game where you are trying to where you're trying to not appeal to the hardcore fan base. Clearly you are. But okay, point number two. The optimization between platforms is completely fucking horrible. Okay? Sorry to be a little vulgar here, but it's like when you look at everything that they have done with the video game, right? Like you look at Dead by Daylight and you just see like it has poor optimization on consoles. It still looks like a dated PS2 game on even on the lead platform, the PC, right? It still has really limited controls on the PC. It's like this is not a game where it's optimized correctly at all. I'm sorry. It's really not. And it's just like to me, where do they where when are they going to finish and complete these like optimizations? I believe that Dead by Daylight came to the consoles in 2017, 2018, right? And it came to the Switch late 2019. Why, in the love of God, let's just start with the Switch version because that's the one I've been playing most recently. For some reason, I'm kind of a masochist, but I'm also like sort of a Nintendo fanboy too, And honestly, I just love playing portably. But you know what? I can't really do that with Dead by Daylight. You know why? Because the game runs like complete ass on the Switch. You know? It runs like complete ass. The frame rate is terrible. Even when docked, it still runs like a slideshow. It's like, what? How is a game like that running poorly on the Switch? You guys might blame, something like the hardware and stuff like that, but how is it the hardware? The Switch ran stuff like Breath of the Wild, Outer Worlds, Skyrim, Mario Odyssey. How on God's green earth is Dead by Daylight too demanding for it? Excuse me. It's not. It's not too big for it. The game is literally a fucking linear ass 1v4 game. There is nothing challenging behind it, man. How is that a challenge making that for the Switch? If optimized correctly, I am confident that the thing could run on the fucking PS2, let alone the Switch. I mean, for God's sake. How on God's green earth is this like a poorly optimized game for any platform, let alone the Xbox One and PS4? The only true way of playing it is mobile and PC. Seriously. Yes, you heard me right. It runs better on mobile, not Android, but iOS at least. It runs better on iOS than it fucking does on the Xbox One and PS4 and Nintendo Switch. You heard me correctly. So with that being said, what other horrible optimizations that they have, you may ask? Well, sometimes the dead hard doesn't even work, even in the mobile versions. Like, it doesn't work how it's supposed to. I think the Switch version, they got it down. I don't know. I really don't know. But like pretty much, yeah, they have poor optimizations everywhere, and it's like, um, they also don't really let you transfer your data, which is gonna be my third point. I already said everything about how poorly it runs on consoles, how limited it is on PC even. It's not worth getting into anymore. So we're going to the next point. Your data transfers. You cannot transfer data between consoles and PC. Can you tell me why? Why is this the case? I have two completely different data for my PC and the Switch and mobile. It's like, why the hell are they so separated? What's the point of putting them on all those platforms if they're separated? Can you please tell me that? I mean, mobile, okay, I understand. Like, they made a completely different version, but still, that doesn't mean that you can't transfer data, or at least give us the data that we have on there, too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I have Myers. I have all the killers that's available on mobile. I have all of them on my in my iOS version. Okay, I have all the killers in there. So, are you telling me that I cannot transfer them over to the PC or Switch or both? Are you kidding me? My God. This is an example of purely greedy, disgusting developers. That's what they are, purely greedy. And it's like, we don't want to keep buying these killers from this to that, okay? When they, and like, they have no word. They have no word when they're going to, like, give us the option to transfer our data between the PC and consoles at the very least. Mobile, my God, I'm not even gonna even try to ask that question. That's probably gonna make them fucking probably gonna make their heads explode. I don't know. These motherfuckers can't, like, they can't at all, like, decide on what to do with the game. They don't know what to prioritize. They don't know what to do in general. They're just really incompetent developers. I'm sorry to say. Well, you're not a excuse me. You're not a developer. What are you talking about? I don't need to be a developer to know when your game is ass. I'm sorry. I don't need to. Your game literally runs like a fucking slideshow on most of the platforms that you put it on. You can't even transfer your data between one or the other. You do not know who you're appealing to or what you're trying to make the game around. It's just such a incompetent mess. Everything about it just spells completely incompetence, or complete incompetence. Excuse me. It's like when you have the same game that has Myers and Ghostface, Freddy, all these licensed, these like licensed killers, all these great history of horror cinema, and you make your fucking game that poorly made. Really? Wow. What a stupid fucking game. And it's just like, that's the whole problem with Dead by Daylight. All those problems combined, and it's like, for 6 years, they have nothing to show for it. They didn't fix any of these problems. The developers are complete man-children who always, like dismiss the people who they should be trying to appeal to. I don't know, with their game, they're completely inconsistent. But I assume with you're trying to put the skill-based matchmaking, I assume that you are trying to go for the hardcore fan base. And me, I just got into the game in 2020. And people have been dealing with these problems for 4 other years? Oh my God, dude. I'm so sorry for you people who played this dog shit of a game when it first launched. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. My God. Like imagine playing this game at launch and then for 6 years later, 5 years later, it's still there's nothing to show for it. Nothing. No balancing issues, or barely any balancing issues. Changes that no one asked for. Let's change the animations for certain killers and certain survivors. Let's completely change their animation. It was going to take time and money and resources. Who asked for that? To me, their animations, when they're galloping, when they're hurt and shit like that. Basically, what I'm saying, the old animations were better. And it's like, you guys are changing it for no reason. Why the fuck are they standing straight like they're trying to hold in a shit? And with these new animations, that doesn't make any sense. It made more sense when they're like when they're hunched over, like like looking around them, like as if they're trying to be more aware. That made more sense, guys. Why the hell are you having them stand up straight? That's so fucking dumb. That actually made it look like that was the stance before you actually made the game, like the alpha, like content from the alpha. That's what it looks like. And when they're hurt and they're walking or they're running away, it looks like they're trying to hold in the shit. It looks like they're trying to they're trying to get to a bathroom as soon as possible. It's like, what did you guys do with these animations? You guys suck. You don't know what to do with your video game. You really don't. I'm not trying to sit here and play armchair executive, but it's like, I'm sorry, I have no mercy for these people that basically do not listen to their fucking fan base. I have 4 versions of the goddamn game, okay? I'm a fan. Trust me. But it's like, when I see them completely dismissing, like that new live stream that they did, I'm sorry, I have no mercy for you. I really don't. You are such disgusting, stupid developers who are basically like children. They're fucking children, putting their fingers in their ears, being like, la 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 la, I can't hear you, la la la. Like, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Didn't like most of the people who actually did have like any creative incentive for this game like left? Right? Like, didn't most of the people who like did actually have a thing for this game or like had any passion towards this game, like didn't most of them leave or something like that? That explains a lot. So you guys know how to charge us for skins, but you don't know how to optimize the Switch version, right? You could give the Switch version skins, but you can't fix the goddamn frame rate and any of the horrible problems that it has. Right? Okay, gotcha. So, I'm sorry that this has been a negative video, but what else do you want me to do, man? I mean, their player their player base is shrinking by the month, and it's like they're not even listening to us. Well, why can't skill-based matchmaking be an option? you know? Why can't you just optimize the fucking Switch and console versions, man? I don't understand. Why can't you, like, bring your data from one platform to the other to the other? I don't understand that either. You know? It's like those are things that you could easily fix, but you're not. You know what? I'm not even talking about the other issues. I'm sorry. Like, I keep making this video go, but it's like, here's the problem though. They also like make you they make the console people have to pay for online, even though that you're making a game where you have to pay for it. Like, excuse me? Who do you think you are? You're not Nintendo, you're not Sony, you're not Microsoft, you're not any of the big third-party developers. And guess what the big third-party developers are doing? They're making their game for free. If it's a free-to-play game or a game that's made like a free-to-play game, you could play it for free. Fortnite, you don't need to pay for online, at least on the PlayStation and Switch versions. You don't need to pay for online. Fucking for like Rogue Company, you don't need to pay for online. For Warface, you don't need to pay for online. So it's like, why is Dead by Daylight one of those games where you have to pay for online, you have to pay for the game, you have to pay for skins, barely any content is unlocked from the get-go. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing with the game? Truly, truly, what are you guys doing with the game? I am sick and tired of little to no improvements happening to the game, fixing shit that no one's asking for. I'm sick of it, behavior. Fix your goddamn shit. Fix it. Seriously. My god. So, with that, guys, that's where I think I should end it. And thank you guys for watching. Any of you who do, this game, I mean, this video is probably not going to make it into, whatever. But it's like, it's whatever. I had fun making it. I just need to get this out. The fucking behavior people, they ain't going to listen to it. But hey, at least you guys did. So, thank you guys. Have a safe trip. Don't talk to strangers. Look both ways before crossing. Blah, blah, blah. I'll see you guys later.